Sue is the Chief Executive of the Food, Farming and Countryside Commission, an independent charity set up in 2017 by a group of leaders from businesses and NGOs, and is funded by the Esme Fairbairn Foundation. Its mandate is to help shape a new vision for a more fair and sustainable food system, including recommendations on food, health and well-being, a farming transition to agroecology, better land use and resilient and adaptable communities, all more able to respond to future scenarios, hopefully, especially the triple challenge of the climate, nature and public health crisis.
So Debbie asked me to talk to you today about what I've learned from my experiences leading the Food, Farming and Countryside Commission and how that might translate across to the work that she does in health. And truth is, I learned a great deal from chairing a health board for 10 years in Wales and have carried that learning over to my work in the Commission. So I do think there's a lot to share between our different sectors. And perhaps actually that is the first lesson and the first way of working that we engage in. Too often policy making is located in a particular silo or sector, and so much information, so much evidence, so much research is lost through either ignoring, discounting or simply not noticing the really good work that's happening elsewhere. So with the Food, Farming Countryside Commission, we have what some people call an enormous mandate, but actually what we call working across the whole system and joining up those policy silos that otherwise are disconnected or fragmented. Convening the leadership from those different sectors has also been really, really important to us. The strength of our work comes from the credibility, the authority, the passion and commitment of those leaders in their organisations, in their sectors, who work with us, who share their experience and knowledge so very generously, and in turn then advocate for the kinds of recommendations and policies that we've been making. And we've also worked really hard to listen very carefully to those people who are sometimes called hard to reach. We prefer to say the seldom heard. We travelled the whole of the UK in developing our recommendations, on a bike, in fact, in a very kind of barefoot way, travelling out to people in communities, in villages, in farms and small businesses, and worked hard to hear their story and then tell their story. So for us, it was working with all sorts of people well beyond the usual suspects that you might expect to see in our space. Working with some humility, a real sense of curiosity, and a genuine interest in hearing from people whose voices are seldom heard in the policy debates, that really helped us write recommendations with a grounded authority and has, I think, contributed to the way that they've been received across political parties, across sectors, across organisations.